Have you ever said, "I'm fine," even though your face, tone, body language, or word choice said the complete opposite? I know I have. One night, after a long shift of bartending, my boyfriend asked me how my night was. I wasn't angry, but my tone came off short and irritated. His whole mood changed instantly. From there, I realized how quickly a simple conversation can lead to tension. Situations like this remind me that communication isn't just about the words we choose. It's about the emotions behind them and whether we manage those emotions well. This leads me to my central idea. Emotion management can make or break communication. Today I'll be talking about two things. First, how emotions affect the way we send messages, and second, how managing our emotions can improve communication. Let's begin by looking at how emotions change our communication, often without us realizing it. First, emotions influence us before we even think. According to Emotions and Communication from Maricopa Community College, emotions are automatic physical reactions while our feelings are our thoughts about those reactions. This means emotions show up instantly, often in our tone, posture, facial expression, even when we don't even intend for them to. I saw this myself that night with my boyfriend. My body language and my tone communicated frustration, even though I wasn't even upset with him at all. This is a great example of communication competence, because when we aren't aware of our emotions, our competence decreases and can cause misunderstandings. Second, emotional intelligence plays a major role in whether communication is effective or not. Emotional intelligence is knowing what you feel as you feel it. Feeling empathy, adaptability can all lead to stronger relationships because they help people communicate with understanding. When we have emotional intelligence, we're able to recognize how we feel, pause when needed, and respond instead of react. So now that we understand how emotions affect communication, let's look at what we can actually do to manage those emotions more effectively. One way to improve emotional communication is by developing emotional awareness. This is the ability to recognize and understand your emotions as they are happening. Meter Street Tripathy explains that emotional intelligence skills like self-awareness and self-regulation help people express themselves more clearly and communicate intentionally. When we understand what we're feeling, we can slow down, be more thoughtful, and avoid reacting out of anger, stress, or frustration. Awareness helps us choose our message instead of letting our emotions choose it for us. A second way to improve our communication is through emotional regulation. Choosing how you respond instead of letting your emotions control the moment. Simple practices like pausing, breathing, or even taking a step back make a huge difference. In my example, if I were to have thought about what I felt and thought about how I would deal with it, maybe I wouldn't have caused an argument. The Ananias Foundation explains that calming emotions such as anger or anxiety makes it easier to listen and respond more effectively. When we regulate our emotions, we prevent arguments, we avoid sounding aggressive, and we communicate in a way that strengthens our relationships instead of damaging them. Now that we've looked at how emotions affect communication and how to manage them, let's bring it all together. In this speech, I explained that emotions strongly influence the way we send and receive messages, and that managing our emotions leads to clear and more effective communication. When emotions go unmanaged, our communication can fall apart, especially when our words say one thing, but our body language, tone, or word choice might say the opposite. But when we recognize how we feel, take time to regulate our emotions, we communicate with clarity, respect, and confidence. Emotion truly makes or breaks communication, and when we learn to manage it, every interaction becomes stronger and more meaningful.